All right. It is 6:59 here in the Pacific. Hopefully my audio is working okay. Let's take a look. No. Yes. Okay. I think we're good there. I had major problems with my camera. I am just on my computer camera. I'm not sure how well this is working because I had to completely unplug my really nice camera that I typically use because the system would not allow me to use the regular version instead of the pro version. And StreamYard kept wanting to default to anything but the or would not change to anything but the pro version. And I restarted, I shut down, I tried so many things for a half an hour for this to work. I just used my camera. Well, I haven't used it in a few days, but I'm not sure what happened. But anyway, finally, I'm like, you know what? I can't keep, when you keep trying to fix something on your computer, and whether it's firmware, hey, Arya, hello. I'm so glad I'm here too. Oh my God. I was like, this is crazy. The pro version of the camera is like, I'm not sure all that it uses, but my old Mac cannot handle it. And it runs up the CPU. It makes everything not work properly. And so finally it was like, okay, maybe I can get it. I could unplug everything, get it to just use my crappy camera that's on the computer. So that's what we're on. So I'm sorry that, this, if it's not so great as far as the resolution or whatever for this. So again, apologies. First off, this was very impromptu. It was kind of a culmination of things, and I won't bore everybody with how this came to be, but basically it was that, I was thinking of all these things that are coming up and my week and all, I'm like trying to figure out time to squeeze things in. And it was like, well, what about tonight? I know it's very short notice, but we are just out of this equinox, and it was so big and so much was going on with this equinox and the energies, and so much is coming in now and still and will continue through this paradigm shift that we are going to really kind of seal the deal with the next new moon solar eclipse in Libra on the 2nd of October. Michelle, hello, Sandra, hello, Michelle, welcome. People, let me know that you're here. I'm so stoked that I can finally get online and that you all are here with me. Tell me who's here. Leave a comment. Willow Pillow. Hi, Willow. Hello. Thank you so much for being here, you guys, and rolling with the punches. This was like I was saying, on the music on, like I was saying, so last minute, literally, I was guided to meditate earlier. And when you're like, there's so much coming through and so much has been happening and so much is going to be happening. And at least for me, there's so much going on. There's so much really cool shit happening. Like, seriously, I absolutely am so in love with all the energies that are coming through and have been coming through for months. 2024 is massive with our paradigm shift. And I'm going to be getting into that in a second here, but I want to find some music to put on. So, I really like this one. I think just need something. Woo! Energies are intense, you guys. or like I'm trying to start saying more and more, fear. Because I say intense so much when it comes to these energies. Okay, bear with me with this camera. So 2024, we can easily look back at these last 8.5 months, or almost 10 or 9 months, and full months, and really go, oh wow, holy shit, so much has happened and changed and developed and transformed and transmuted and got resolved and opened up, and all these things are going on in the collective and with everybody individually. Really, it started big time with the June summer solstice. And just yesterday, we had our equinox hour, depending where you are in your hemisphere, either our fall or our spring. And so what this means is there's that balancing of energies, balancing the light and the dark. And the best way that I can put this when it comes to these like cosmic, divine, magical, radiant, illuminating energies, light codes, we are really being pushed to open up. Really imagine that like 1,000-petal lotus that we see, that image of the lotus all the time. And the reason why it's that lotus that is so symbolic in spirituality, it's that 1,000-petal lotus. It just keeps opening and opening and opening. It sits in the water. It's very mystical and magical. It's very deep and shadowy. It encompasses the air and the light and the earth and the water. All of these elements come into play with the lotus. But really, it's about this continual opening up of oneself and discovering, and really that's about the heart center and the mystical, magical medicine that we get through Gaia and we get through our divine counterparts, Mother, Father, God, the archangels, the dragons, our ancestors, spirit animals, animal spirits, crossed over loved ones, each other on both sides of the veil, divine incarnates, that we are soul family in multiple places and spaces within the web of life, and all of these different layers of existence and creation, and that in which we are co-creating every moment, with every thought, every microsecond, every micro thought and feeling and energy. That is our vibration. Take a breath. So to help us move into this last part of the year of 2024 and then get into 2025, we have this major paradigm shift that's been going on for all of these months, right? Since June 20th with our summer solstice. That was the first big ignition point, flash point for our changing paradigm. And I could sit here literally for the next 3 hours and go kind of point by point, all the different things globally that have happened to bring more consciousness and awareness, and really quite the intensity with the spiritual war. And more people going, there's something freaky deaky going on. This is spiritual. This isn't. So many more people are talking about that. So many more people are feeling into the undercurrent of the way things are transforming in our reality. More people are waking up spiritually, which is a whole other thing. And this is the paradigm shift when truths and revelations and aha moments and justice, like, recently, let's say, I'm sure everybody's heard of this thing with Sean Combs, aka Puffy or P. Diddy, and all these allegations. Started with his raid 6 months ago. So literally you can go from major cosmic event to major cosmic event and follow the track and the trajectory of this. This is also after the ignition of Pluto back into Capricorn for the last time in a very, very long time, before it officially moves into Aquarius. And that's a really, really big deal. And then, of course, we've had the Lion's Gate in August. Humongous. We've had the Gate of Great Awakening also in August. We have had a multitude of retrogrades for our planets that help us review and remember things in different ways for our past. And so there's just so much of that going on. And last but not least, we have these last two big events that is the big fat burger of this paradigm shift, which is this equinox we just had yesterday and this solar eclipse in Libra on the 2nd of October, which is coming up very soon. That is next Wednesday. Very, very big. Oh, hello, Laura, my love. Oh, Adrian, look at this. We have Adrian and Karen. Hello, loves. Thank you for joining me. And we have Laura. Hi, my love. Hi, so excited to be here with you. I'm so excited that you're here. Yay, yay, yay. I know this was last minute, and thank you guys all. Like I said, it was, we got to talk about this stuff. And I want to, also, we're going to get into more fun stuff about my new Oracle Tribe. Laura is in my Oracle Tribe. Michelle is in my Oracle Tribe. And Arya is in my Oracle Tribe. So far, they are the founding 3 of my Oracle Tribe. And I'm here to cast a bigger net and put more energy out there. Things have not gone to plan for me in the month of September. And that's okay. Things happen. But Cora got sick with pyometra, and that really put a wrench into a lot of things, energy and time and all, as you can imagine. And, but everything happens for a reason. And, I could not do the things that I had planned to do to put this tribe out there more for people. But we are starting this Oracle Tribe, this amazing group. I'm so stoked to have channeled over the course of that Pluto going into Capricorn and the last new moon. I believe that's when it happened, or was it the full moon before that? Anyway, it was right around there where this big download came. I know I documented it. I'm just spacing right now. But this big download came about this group and what I'm going to be doing and facilitating with this group. And it was so exciting to me, and because it's nothing like I've ever done before. I've never had an Oracle group. All of my groups are very different. I've got the Soul Quest group. I've got the Awakening the Awakening Empath Shaman Circle group. I have the Unstoppable Empath group, which is going to be getting upgrades and changes very, very soon, that I'm excited about. Just a little heads up there. And now I have this group, the Luminous Oracle Tribe, that I'm so stoked about. So I want to get into that. But first, let's get done talking about what all happened with Chad. Hello. My wife and I love your channeling. Oh, well, thank you so much, Chad. So great to have you here. Thanks for joining, especially last minute. I blasted out an email, put it up on social, so I'm stoked you guys could be here. Usually I give more notice to my lives, but I didn't have more notice to my live today. And this feels right. So thanks to you all for joining me here. I really, really appreciate it. And that's kind of what I'm here to do. Do some channeling, talk about what we're going to be doing as far as channeling in that Oracle tribe, which is going to be quite a lot, and energy work and spirit, just like spirit walks, all this really cool stuff in that group. But first off, let me continue channeling with, and about this equinox. And what it's really coming in to motivate us and to inspire us to align with, because again, equinox, equal, right? Balance. And then right around the corner, we have the balancing energies of Libra season. If anybody's a Libra, please let me know. That is my spirit. That is like my soul embodiment birthday. I usually call it something else. I'm spacing right now, but so like my second birthday, that's what I typically call it. Thank you very much. My second birthday, when I really accepted myself as an archangel incarnate, which took many months. It was not easy for me to do because I'm not wackadoodle. I'm not crazy. And if you're not wackadoodle and you're not crazy and you're actually logical and grounded and rational person, when everything comes through that you're an archangel incarnate, you're like, no, I'm not. What? Push back on that as hard as you possibly can for a really long fucking time. At least most of us do. My job here is to tell these stories about myself and stuff and put stuff out there and be very forthcoming and very real about that reality about who I am, as odd and weird and polarizing as that may be, to help others stand in their power sooner than later. Because the longer you take to get in alignment with who you really are on a soul-based level and what you're really meant to do here, the harder that it is, you're just really resisting yourself. And that's what I did for a while. Because it was, oh my God. Anywho, October 17th, 2017, it was my second birthday. That is when I crumbled to my knees and all of the stars aligned and all of the evidence coalesced into one. You cannot deny this anymore. And I just gave in and I accepted it. And it was, makes me emotional thinking about it. It was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day. They had a parade for me in the sky. It was absolutely glorious, and everything changed from that point forward for me. And I've had many of those occasions, but that was a big one. And still after that day, there's been many, many other markers to solidify and embody and activate and integrate all of that, because as you can imagine, it's a lot. It's quite a lot. Holy shit. My wife is a Libra, sun and moon. Ooh, double Libra. Holy shit. That's amazing. Denny, so glad I got a notification. Me too. Hello, loves. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, everybody. So, anywho, Libra season is very integrated in my beingness, the justice, the truth, the balance, all of that energy, and that coming always after our equinox, right on the heels. Libra season to help bring that through is such a big deal, because we need that. Like our bell's been rung. May, June, July, August, September, boom, 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 boom. We're just like, oh my God. I mean, we're getting hit with like really amazing stuff, but still, it's a lot. And then we have the equinox that comes in and just goes, okay, now let's just activate everything, get us as aligned and balanced as we can possibly be for this last, integration with our highest possible timelines. So it comes in with this equinox is to be as open and heart-centered as connected, but also detached in the form of needing to control. Observe yourself. For those of you who have been in my Soul Quest program, I talked a little bit about this in the video that I posted earlier. Hopefully you guys have had a chance to watch that in that private group. But again, those maps are there to help you get in balance, and this review period that you're going to be going into will help all that. That's why that relaunch of the Soul Quest program when we did was just such a perfect time, as it rolled went right through all those Mercury retrogrades, helping us to review, and then going into the equinox and Libra season. So, but for everybody, this is really the time to decide that you want to see yourself and experience yourself in your timelines as open to the magic, to the guidance, to the clarity, to yourself and your soul and your highest possible timelines as you can possibly be. This means to decide to go into the unknown, to decide to receive on a whole other level, to heal on a whole other level, to come together with others on a whole other level, and really start to how do I put this? Not that we haven't. When I say that, start, be like, okay, it's implying that you haven't done anything. And that's not true for any of us. But with this new paradigm shift, we're being guided to expand in ways that we haven't before. And that's the perfect example of that would be this Oracle group. It's nothing like I've ever done before in a group, or I've heard of, quite frankly. And I'm so super stoked on it. And it is the perfect vehicle to experiment and to adventure and journey in that way, because of the nature of the structure of it. And this paradigm shift, what we've been calling the paradigm shift of 2024, because it's such a big deal for really maximizing our power and our energy and our effectiveness for what we can create and co-create. And for those of you who have been working with me in my groups, working with me individually, following me to any extent, I'm sure that you've noticed there's just this forward momentum to kind of clear the clutter. And that's what the Gate of Great Awakening was about. That was all these higher level ascension, evolution energies that were coming through to help us want to break away from the illusions and the fears that keep us limited, that keep the programs that keep us confined. Because that's truly what our evolution, rebirth, ascension is all about. Healing is all about. Those are our catalysts for our higher awareness and higher consciousness, for us to get out of our way. Like I was saying earlier about me and the whole archangel thing. I had to get out of my way. out of my own way for that to really, be able to come through the way that it needed to. And we do that because we have subscribed, whether consciously or subconsciously, to a set of parameters for our existence and what we think life is, what we think reality is, and what it isn't, and what is possible, what isn't possible. And, we're wrong about so much of that on both sides. It truly is like what we think is real and true and stable is like, none of that is real and true and stable. It's all bullshit. And it's like what we think can't possibly be real and true is real and true. So it is, it's like a flip this way and a flip that way. It's all the opposite, or bits and pieces that have been difficult to see clearly and put together to fully understand. That is awakening, is to be able to see these pieces more clearly and put them together and have repeated aha moments and events and experiences that are catalysts to our healing, to our dumping of negative energy, to take us, to allow us to be guided to places, spaces, people, and experiences that help us to transcend ourselves and our limitations and our programs and what we think we are and what we think is going on, because we're wrong. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's not judgmental. I was wrong. We're all wrong. We all think certain things about ourselves and about our reality is just not true, because we've been programmed to think those things. Why? To limit us, to keep us, back and on the defensive and struggling, or, in different ways, and, not fully integrated with our souls, our guides and guardians, who we are as light body incarnates. Because once we start to tap into all that stuff, we get pretty powerful. We get healthy, we get connected, we get strong, we get abundant, we get really, really productive. And we start to help other people and ourselves in different ways. And we create and co-create and collaborate and bring things into this reality that are divine, that need to be here to help us move past the dark of this spiritual war and these parasites and all of the programs and everything that's been multi-layered upon humanity for so long that it just is what it is. And we, the light, as we incarnate, as we awaken, as we connect and activate and embody and heal and do all the things, and start to really see this reality in ourselves for who and what we are, what we're doing here, what's all happening. And that's where I come in to help people see and understand all these things. We need to first get healthy. We need to get connected. We need to see beyond the veil and understand what we have on both sides of the veil. We need to connect with Gaia and nature and all of our beautiful, amazing, miraculous nature and medicine that comes in so many different ways. And bit by bit, step by step, layer by layer, transmutation by transmutation and connection and all the things as we go through our rebirth and ascension that really truly is never ending, which is great. I mean, we're not just supposed to be like, well, it's never going to end, so we could just take our time. These lifetimes are finite, and there's a lot that we have to do and accomplish to make the most out of them and to get ourselves as healthy as possible and stay that way and maintain ourselves, keep as connected and build upon that clarity and those connections and our very life force power that we have to be as effective and productive as we can possibly be. Maximize life force energy, minimize negative energy charges within us in our field and our timelines in every level as much as we possibly can. So we can stay as high vibe and on those highest possible timelines. Why have life be more difficult and challenging than it needs to be? That we don't need that. That's what the dark side wants for us. The light side, the light, which is where we come from, wants us to understand all these things very clearly, even if they're painful. We need to be removed from them enough to not be so enmeshed in the happening that is playing out in the spiritual war, and how some people are fighting against each other. That's what the dark side wants. So we have to rise above that, see it from a place of understanding and kindness, and again, open-heartedness. Do what we can with ourselves and with each other that are awake, that can contribute to the light and spread that medicine and that energy through the collective to help awaken and lift people. We have to do us first. And that can be a real challenge and a juggle sometimes, depending on who we are and what we're meant to do. But no matter what, we can't help others if we're depleted ourselves. We know that. We have to take care of ourselves. So when we think, what can we do for the collective? It's so hard. There's all this going on. Right? The answer is focus on you. Focus on you, because you're the only thing you can control. You're the only one that has a say. Even if you have parasites that have, made you sick, made you addicted, you have the ultimate say as to what is running, what you're feeding, and what you want to contribute to or not. Once we decide that it is time for us not to be controlled, but to be the one in control of what we are connected to, then things really start changing. And that's not saying like I control everything, because again, there's, we can't control everything, but we can say, when it comes to our reality, what can I do to help humanity, to help the collective? What the answer is, focus on yourself. Focus on yourself, and the rest will work itself out. And, depending on, where you are with things. So this is part of that. This is about really saying, okay, I'm going to focus on myself, but focusing on yourself doesn't mean you're not in a group with other people that are also focusing on themselves by being in a group with other people. Like a lot of people will say like, oh, I'm doing my own thing. And it's like, okay, you can do your own thing. Everybody's doing their own thing. You do your own thing while still partaking of community and groups and having a shared experience and having others to talk to about things and have that synergy and soul family. I mean, soul family is so important. Community and sharing and engagement and support for each other is major. And I have been guided to do everything I can to try to cultivate as much of that as possible, because as strong as we can be separate, because we are, and we get stronger and stronger, we are so much stronger together as two, as three, as four, as five, as 10, 20, 30, 100, 200, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, 100,000. Imagine the energy multiplying and multiplying and multiplying that are, is with people that are coming together, that are focused on the same thing, that are receiving in the same ways, that are having this energetic synergy going back and forth, and all of this going on. That's magic. That's alchemy. That's higher timelines that we're creating. And this is what I've been guided to do in different ways, while we're also focusing on ourselves. That is the Soul Quest program, the Unstoppable Empath group. That is the Awakening Empath Shaman Circle, and the Luminous Oracle Tribe. All of them different, all of them with that balance of, this is about me, but I'm here with others doing the same thing. It's a beautiful marriage of energy that works back and forth. And what I truly love and to see with my clients, or people who work with me one-on-one and do the groups, because there you have the best of both worlds, obviously. But in any event, when it comes to these energies, this is again about really deciding for yourself that you want to carve out as much that doesn't belong, that holds you back, that limits you, that you're things that, if you can, kind of make a pyramid of, what gives you anxiety, what is stressing you out, how does your body feel, it doesn't feel right, what's going on in your timeline, who's in there, what's attached to there, where are you at, and whatever is going on that is not optimal, that you're not happy with, that is causing you strife on some level, means you're not in your highest possible timeline. And chances are that you have, changed a lot about your timelines. And there are wonderful things that have changed and happened that you're like, well, there's a lot that is better. Well, great, of course. I hope that's the case. But still, there's going to be things that are not optimal at this time. And when you say, look, I want to put it all on the table for healing, for transmutation, for shifting, for dumping, for letting go, to get the strength and the courage and the healing, whatever that it is that I need to move me forward and release me from, this bondage, these limitations, what keeps me in fear. If that's truly the way the spiritual world works, that's the way the dark side works. Fear programming. So anything that falls under things that give you fear, anxiety and stress and worry is that programming. And it's so multi-leveled and connected to so much about our lives, personally, within, family or friend units, communities, neighborhoods, and on to the global, collective. There's so much that we can, be worried and stressed about. And we need to decide, like, what, to move forward, I need to dump this lower level energy so I can tap into the higher level, the frequencies of the guidance that comes in, that moves me forward and away from the lower level energies that have me in a state of worry, of anxiety, of fear, of judgment, of shame, of all of this stuff. Those are the lower world energies, the material matrix energies. And I want to really connect with the truth, with the abundance matrix, with my soul, with my guides and guardians, with Gaia, with all of this beautiful, amazing magic. And I have to want to have this freedom, what I call liberation, liberato, to be liberated from our fears and our anxieties and our limitations, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, energetic, abundant. While we're limited, while we're not optimal, we're there's only so far we can go, and there are truly no limits. So that's for us to decide that we don't want to play the game of there being limits anymore. Laura says, I am where I am because of you and your groups. Aw, AKA my soul family. Aw, my love, that is so sweet. You are so sweet. I cannot wait to see where you go from here, because literally you've just started. And boy, this woman has, I'm hearing she dove in the deep end. And yes, she did. She woke up and just ran and dove in the deep end. And I love this so much for you, sweetheart. Thank you for saying that. I really appreciate that. And yeah, soul family, it's like, it's kind of the cheat code. It's like, get into these groups. And if you, apply yourself to open up, to share, to engage, then it won't feel weird anymore. Because everybody's like, I'm shy and I don't like groups and it's hard for me and I'm a loner. And it's like everybody feels that way. And so we have all of these people feeling the same way, that like resist, certain group atmosphere, especially when they're still small and intimate, like a lot of mine are. I'm just really getting these things like I said, I'm going to be changing the Unstoppable Empath course and group membership here in the next few weeks. The Awakening Shaman Circle had a few changes too. Not really the Soul Quest, and I really don't see the Oracle Tribe having any changes too. They're very regimented, but the other ones are kind of more loosey-goosey. So it took some time to refine those. But in any event, they're all about especially, once you get in that space with others where you can really, shift from that mentality of how, groups are not for me, into this is amazing to be in a group like this, because we are experiencing, even though we're different people, we've all come here into these groups and into this existence with different details of our lives and our stories and all of that. Very, very true. But some things are universal. Some things we can just help each other, and we understand, especially through ascension and spiritual awakening and healing and all this woo-woo stuff, that, we're really the first generation of the woos, of the light bodies that are coming together in a really elevated state after so much has shifted and transmuted. And we've had several paradigm shifts just since 2017, and that did not happen before that. And while, there was people that were conscious, for a long time, it's never been at this level, and it's just increasing more and more. So this is truly the first generation of people that are waking up at a higher level, and really understanding more about what's going on. It's not just about, how it used to be in the spiritual community, where it wasn't, the understanding of the spiritual war, the light and the dark, just really wasn't part of the framework of consciousness and ascension like it is now. And we are the first generation of awoken light bodies that have to deal with that reality and really bring it into our existence and live accordingly, so we can be as effective as possible, which is not easy at all, because most of the planet, most of humanity does not understand what they don't know that there's a spiritual war. They see everything at face value, that there's people that do horrible things. There's people that try to stop those people. There's people that do horrible things for money, for power in different ways. There's all this, strife in different ways, people taking advantage. And there's just so much, right? So people just decide like, oh, that's just humanity. That's just the way life is. And it's like, no, that's the way it's been twisted to be. Humanity has been you know, it's basically like if you think about cockfights or dog fights, they're the same. They should be together. They're the same. They shouldn't be fighting, but they were made to fight. They were twisted in what they were. They could have been litter mates. They could have been, you know, eggs hatching next to each other. But once they were twisted, they were fighting each other. And all they're programmed to do is survive and fight each other and have whatever power they need to have, survive. You know, so if we see humanity in place of the cock and the dog fighting itself, it's crazy. But we've been programmed to do that with all these different, you know, things overlaying. Laura says, ha ha ha, I did, and I wouldn't change a single thing. I have no doubt that you are all my soul family. I have never been more certain about anything in my life. Seriously. Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, what she's talking about, like, she was like, oh, you know, this group thing. And she went for it. She dove in the deep end. She wouldn't change a single thing. She really did. Really amazing what you did. And I you know, I love that energy. You and I are both sun, and, you know, we're one day apart, a few years, but one day apart. Sages, you the 12th, me the 13th. So we're, you know, we very much speak the same language when it comes to gung-ho and fire forward and all that good stuff. Once you get that feel. And I'm so glad that you did. Okay. So with all of that said, let's get into some messages. And I am going to interweave introducing you and talking more about the Luminous Oracle Tribe that starts on the 2nd of October. And there are various options for joining that group. Whew. Weekly and monthly payments. Oh, you're a 1219, baby. Oh, you're in the Stargate too. Stargate, baby. So anything from 1212 to 1221. Or sorry, 22 is a Stargate, baby, for December. So when I was guided to do this live today, it was let's get some messages from the Oracle. Let me oh, I can't do stuff like that with this camera. I just remembered that I'm not on my regular camera. That's why we started a half hour late. Okay, so I can't zoom out. So let me just show you. These are also the decks that we're going to be using exclusively in the Shaman Oracle Tribe. So we've got the Mystical Shaman Oracle. And again, I'm sorry that this camera is crappy. Then we have the Sacred Geometry Oracle. All of these are shamanic decks, okay? Then we have the what's this one? The Shaman's Dream Oracle, that's it. The Shaman's Dream Oracle, which is made by the same people who did this one, the Mystical Shaman Oracle. And then we have the Crystal Medicine Oracle. And then, last but not least, we have the Alchemy Oracle. Now, this isn't really marketed as a shamanic deck. However, it really is. And Gaia herself, Mother Nature, who is going to be working with us big time in our Oracle group, was very specific about having this deck be part of our work. Gorgeous cards, Denise says. They are gorgeous cards. They really, really are. These are, I absolutely love these. And it's kind of 50-50 here with my experience with them. So these two decks probably I've had the longest, the Crystal Medicine and the Sacred Geometry. And then the Mystical Shaman probably next. And then the Alchemy. Whoop. And then last but not least, the Mystical Shaman, Shaman Dreams. What is my problem? Oh my God, that's how new it is to me. The Shaman's Dream Oracle. Holy moly. That's it. The Shaman's Dream Oracle. That is my newest deck because I was just guided to that one. It was available on it digitally. And I had it and I was using it for a couple months here and there. And I really fell in love with it. And then when I was guided to create the Oracle Tribe, then it was, okay, you need to get this in the physical form. So I've only had this deck a few weeks and I absolutely love it. It's already proven to be very magical. Just wild with this deck so far. I'm not going to waste time getting into that, but trust me, I've done a few things so far. I'm just like, okay. Which is why I love the Oracle so much. And let me just start by saying, if you're unfamiliar with Oracles, or anybody present who is unfamiliar with Oracle, whether you don't have a deck, so you've never seen Oracle before, you've never had an Oracle reading or seen an Oracle reading, if you're totally new and to Oracle, please let me know. Otherwise, and likes, hearts, subscribes, shares, everybody would be great. So far, it looks like I only have one like. So if everybody can like, share, like, subscribe, all the things, that would be great. At the very least, drop me a like or a love on this live. I would really appreciate it. That helps others to get recommended to watch this. Wow. Okay. So, just briefly, Oracle cards are not like tarot cards other than their cards. They're very different animals completely. It's like saying we've got our wildlife and we've got our domesticated animals. So tarot would be the wildlife, and the Oracle would be the domesticated animals. Just a lot. They're just used to being handled. They're very easy to understand. You don't need special, people and equipment and food. It's not exotic. Why? Because it's super straightforward when it comes to Oracle. You pick a card, and it tells you from the guidebook what exactly it means. And it really helps you to expand and open up and kind of receive more and put things together and connect to the energies that are involved with that deck and that card, or those cards when they get pulled. If you've been around my parts for any length of time and have watched me with Oracle cards and doing Oracle readings, either for the collective, for events, for people individually, you will see just how, what I call, wowza spooky, on point spooky, that the cards will be. The description and then what comes through after that. So, so what I'm going to do now, what I'm being guided to do, because we have these 5 decks, is, excuse me, I need a drink. Okay, that's better. Is to kind of throw it out to you guys. Whoever, we're going to go, let me see if I can share this. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So deck 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I'd like you to do is think about the deck that you want to receive a message from and go ahead and put that in the comments. And I'm going to take whoever comes through first, and we're going to go with that deck. Don't be shy. 1, 2, 3. So we have the Alchemy deck, the Crystal Medicine, the Shaman's Dream, Sacred Geometry, and the Shaman, Mystical Shaman. Dinny. There we go. Ding, ding, ding. We have Dinny first with 5. Okay. And then Aria coming in second with 4. So let's do 5 first and see if I'm guided to just go to 4 if we're going to do that again. And I'm not sure how many times we're going to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and shuffle now. Let me just move the rest out of the way just for a moment here. And so this will give us a nice little preview if you haven't seen these decks before in action. Like I said, these are going to be the cards and the decks that we're going to be using in our Oracle Tribe group. And we'll do a couple of readings, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the details of the group. And again, the group starts on, I think that's our card. The group starts on the 2nd of October. Flow. Look at this. Card number 20, Flow. Oh, I love this. I love it, love it. That's reminding me, before I get into too deep into this, I'm being guided to kind of share a little something, which is I was channeled a couple weeks ago about an Equinox event that I was and it was Oracle centric. It was to be group pick a card readings, something I've never done before. I was going to channel Ganesha and Kuan Yin and Lakshmi and Thoth and Elo, aka Jesus, and Gaia. There's this whole thing about it. I sent out emails. I had an event planned for it. I'm not sure exactly, it didn't happen because by the 18th and the 19th, I was supposed to channel and deliver the spirit walk for the Equinox event. And by the 18th, I only had one person sign up, Laura, sign up for that event. And at that point, it was like, well, clearly whatever's going on, this isn't resonating with people. It was disappointing because I was super excited about it. But to have an event like that, really, there needs to be a decent amount of people to have these 4 groups, these 4 group readings and everything that was going to come with it. And for whatever reason, it just did not resonate with you all to sign up and join me for that. But it was put forth on the 18th, like, okay, then if this is where it's at right now, then we need to just cancel it and not put forth any effort and energy towards the preparation for that, because it was going to be quite a lot on my part to get that set up. So it's not the first time, sure won't be the last time. It just is what it is. And I wasn't really sure what I was going to do for myself for the Equinox day. It was kind of like, I had that planned, and that was what I had planned. And it kind of just became this open space. And when I woke up on the Equinox, I had a great night's sleep the night before. I woke up feeling fantastic. I felt really good. My dog had been progressively getting better and better since her surgery a week ago on Friday. And I had this enormous pull to go to the river, the Sacramento River in Redding. It's about an hour from me. I was thinking, which one of these days coming up am I going to be going to the grocery store, because I'm on a mountain and there's nothing around me and I have to go into the city to get groceries. But then I was guided to do that on the equinox, and I knew it was exactly where I needed to be. I was so excited to go. The dogs were so excited to be there. It's their favorite place and my favorite place that we go to. They get to play with other dogs and we see other people, and most importantly, the river is there, and that river is magical, and that energy, that river energy, is unlike anything else because of this state of the water moving forward at such a high pace, and what that invokes in us. And that river, it flows from Shasta Mountain, it flows from Lassen, and two other water sources I can't remember, but those are the big ones, especially Shasta. And whenever I go to that space, that's absolutely beautiful and magical. And anybody that sees videos or pictures of this space that I take my dogs to, that we go to in Redding, everybody says the same thing. Wow, it's amazing. It's so beautiful. And I wish I could take you all there. When you put your feet or your hands or your body, I mean, if you're really ballsy, you'll get all the way in, but it is cold. It's cold water. Very, very cold. Those of you that do like ice baths and all that crazy shit, it would be right up your alley. I can go feet up to knees for like up to a minute and a half before it starts to really hurt. But oh Lord, it feels so good. So good. And I know from the time in the beginning of August, when I had to evacuate for the wildfire, the park fire here, and go and stay in Redding. And that's where we went, to that space 2-3 times a day so I could take my dogs, because they're used to being on a mountain and running around. And I was putting my feet in that water every single day. I didn't realize it at the time. And I've talked about this before, but just bear with me. Every single day, by the end of that, and by the time, like it so affected me and changed me and rearranged me being in that water. It was absolutely amazing. And now if I don't get my feet in there, it's going to be rough in the fall and the winter when I have to stick my feet in that water. I'm so not good with cold water, but it's medicine. It is fucking medicine, you guys. And it was like, of course, this is where I'm guided to be for the equinox today. And then I'm gonna go get something. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Closing the door, babes. I was just closing the door, puppies. That's all I was doing. Okay. So when I was there, I felt, who did I mention earlier? I mentioned Ganesha and Kuan Yin, Lakshmi and Thoth and Elo. And they were the ones that we were going to connect to, that were going to be associated with the different readings. And I was going to channel for all of them. And they were all bringing in their own like ascended master energies and messages for the equinox and all this stuff. And there I am at the river with my feet, in the river, and they're coming to me, and they're like, all their energy is swirling around me and coming through the river and coming through the air. And I'm in this beautiful bubble, and it just was so magical. Nobody's around except for me and my dogs. It's the equinox. And I hear them say, you need to look at these rocks. There's all these super bitchin' rocks everywhere. And feel our essence and take a rock with you that represents each of us. And at some point in the near future, we're going to have another event and we're going to do what we plan to do for the equinox. But for now, it's making me emotional thinking about it. But for now, this is what we want for you to do. So that's what I did. The first crystal that I got was this small little white opaque quartz. And this one is Kuan Yin. And then the next one that I got, and they especially this one, when it's wet, and I'm going to take pictures of them. I meant to do it today, just didn't have the chance. This one actually has a cool amount of some like really green in it. I know it doesn't look like much, but just looks like a simple rock. But anyway, this is Ganesha. I don't know if you guys can pick up on any of this energy, but this is Ganesha. And then this one here, this one is Thoth. And it's really quite peachy and red. And again, especially when they're wet. So I'm looking at them in the water, you know, so their colors are just popping. And then last but not least is the Lakshmi. And this one's actually really green. And she comes through with a ton of like abundance and prosperity and wealth energies. And then the last one that I was guided to, representing not only the equinox and the balance of the equinox that's going to hold all of these energies and really bring it through, but also Elo, aka Jesus, was this one. And this one I actually found a little bit later on our excursion. It was up on this little sand dune at the river that we were playing on. And immediately I knew what this was and that all of these were to go on it. So watch this. They actually fit perfectly on here. See? Isn't that amazing? Oh my God. And so there we go. There they all are together. And I promise you guys at some point here in the near future, I'm going to be guided to another event that I hope everybody signs up for. And we're all meant to be there. You know, sometimes, like I said, I'm to create these spaces and really nothing comes of them, but the essence and the energies that they were created with are there and come through. And the message is that, you know, to go with the flow and to be where you're meant to be, and that we never miss anything. Everything happens in divine right timing. So yeah, this makes me really emotional, but yes. Okay. So Arya said a while ago, that river is sacred. It absolutely is sacred and magical and amazing. Denise says, beautiful. Denise says, I love it. Laura says, whoopsie, I dropped it. Laura says, no way, that's incredible. Yeah, it really was. It really, really was. Anyway, I was guided to share that with you all right now. I could not love that anymore. Oh, thank you so much. Me too. Me too. Because you know what's really interesting? For me being such a rock and a crystal collector, I have never been guided to take a rock from that river. In all the times that I've been there. Which I found strange. Because I'm guided to collect rocks and crystals all the time. But I've literally been going there for a year. And I only buy crystals or rocks or whatever when I'm guided, and I only pick them up and take them home when I'm guided, or else I would just have mountains because I love them all. I love them all. So yesterday when that came through and they were coming through so strong, I could feel their energy so strongly. It was just such a beautiful space and magic and medicine to be in. And I got my feet and my legs in that water as much as I possibly could. It was magical and just, again, medicine. So I come to you with that energy today. I come to you having been like, you know, baptized in the equinox energies and being surrounded by these amazing ascended masters, aside from Gaia, of course, duh, right? And the equinox energies. And yeah, so there we go with flow. So let me go ahead and crack the book open and read what flow is about. It was meant to be. Yes, it was meant to be for sure. Before I do this, I'm sorry to keep pausing, but my cat is used to being out at this point. So let me do a little maneuvering. My cats, I have 2 cats that go out and hang out on the porch at night. Well, actually, Pretty Boy somehow loves to get on the roof and then cry to me that he can't get down every like 5th day. What that's about, you know, cats. But anyway, let me move my dogs and my cats really quick so everybody will stop whining at me. I know, I hear them. I know. Come on, inside. I know. Thank you so much, fellas. Okay, kitty cat. Come on. I know you're mad at me. I know you're mad. I wasn't ignoring you. I was busy. Come on, guys. Come on, Bubba. Jackie, you come in? Come on. No, are you going outside? No, we're not gonna just. No, if you're going, go outside. Come on. Oh, big ass moth comes in. Come on, Jackie. Go outside. It's really nice out. Very nice out right now. Okay. Okay, babies. Calm down, please. Cora, don't. All right, guys. Sorry about that. The cat starts crying, and then the dog starts whining. She literally both of them will stand by the door whining to tell me that the cats are calling me. And then I go, okay, go into the bedroom. The dogs run into the bedroom. They're so cute. So cute. Well, look at this big ass moon we got here with this number 20 and flow. So let's crack this book and see what we got going on here. Ooh, there's 22. Who's been seeing crazy amount of 2s lately? I sure have. Okay, the essence. There is a natural movement of events in the world. You can see it in phenomena such as the tide, the ebb and flow of oceans and rivers that rise up from the earth then flow to the sea. The symbol of flow represents the effortless and natural movement towards a certain destination. It signifies an ability to gracefully move around obstacles and reminds you of the sense of allowing. The invitation. When flow comes to visit, it's a sign that your intentions have been in motion. Now is time to allow nature to run its course. You are being called to effortless movements and the path of least resistance. It's like being within music, flowing within partnership. Think of the artist who creates within guile or craft. My eyes are tripping. Calling creativity up from the soul and bringing it to life without effort. You are called to be like a river, knowing the fulfillment of destiny is assured. enjoy the ride and the medicine. Don't try to push against the river or swim upstream right now. You can trust that when the time is right, your dreams will begin to take shape and you will be invited to dance with destiny. Right now, however, you must relax. This is not the time to bang on doors that refuse to open. Whatever obstacle is in front of you right now, trust this is for the highest good. Excuse me. It is an opportunity to regroup and reconsider your choices, and you must trust that your intentions will take form in good time. Consider this time a gift. Okay, so there we go. So much river talk. Perfect example of what I was talking about. How the oracle just is so magical. And this river energy, this go with the flow energy, you just have to be in it and let it take you where you're meant to be. Don't resist. Don't try to control it. Be in it. Energies and that natural forward movement of the paradigm shift of your timelines. And as you decide, I want to live my highest timelines. I want to be my maximized self. I want to be as healthy, as connected, as divine, as magical, as abundant as I can possibly be. And you sincerely mean that for yourself. And you want to experience life on that level without pain and confusion and strife and illusion and all of these things magically, because you've decided this. The universe and your guides and guardians, Gaia, and everyone who lives and supports you on both sides of the veil will start to move in ways that create that path for you. And it is our job to flow with it, to not resist it. And like the card says, like, don't try to, swim against, the river or swim upstream when it's going, when, obviously rivers go down. So, because that just takes so much effort to resist where things are naturally going. I love this card so freaking much. Obviously, what can I say? It is a perfect card to illustrate where we are right now, what's going on, what the energies are coming in for us with and about this time period is to, it's kind of like see the doors opening in front of you and decide that you're going to explore, decide that you're going to do things differently or go in deeper than you have before, try something new. Again, this reminds me of my Oracle Tribe, of course. So before we get to the next card, let me move these beautiful rocks that I'm so in love with. Over here. Okay. And you guys we can partake of that energy there in the background. And let me just share with you the link to the Oracle Tribe and just go over a couple things really quickly about the tribe. We going? Okay, that was weird. My computer has not acted normal since it was doing this weird stuff with the, let me share my screen. Okay. So here's my website. And if you go to right here, groups, programs, and plans, and Luminous Oracle Tribe, this will take you to this page. It'll tell you all about this. And I did one previous webinar where I just really walked you through all this step by step. I'm not going to do that this time. But I want to tell you really the main points, the fun stuff about this. And if you're meant to partake of this, or you think somebody you know would be all about this, please share on your social media, share this live, share this page, whatever. So again, when, where, and what for our Oracle Tribe. Our first meeting is 10/2 next Wednesday, and it's at 6 p.m. Do I not have the time of the day here? Okay. I don't know why that's there. 6 p.m. Pacific. Oh yeah, it is right there. Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific. I can read. They will be via Google Meets and recorded, so you can review it again as much as you like, or if for some reason you can't come to a meeting, you can see what you missed. Meeting length is going to be about 90 minutes to 2 hours. We're going to try to keep it to the 90 minutes so we don't get too tired with so much going on. But in the first 2 weeks, we're doing, well, let me go through it and I'll tell you. We do different things kind of throughout the month. So every month, there's going to be 5 Oracle cards from these decks that I talked to you about earlier, these 5 shamanic decks, 4 Oracle journal PDFs, 2 Oracle review PDFs, 1 monthly reflection PDF to support through this journey, and 3 live channeled guided spirit walk, astral spirit walks. And, oh, we got to update this. We're not going to be on Facebook anymore. We are creating our new network and spaces for all of our groups, and we're almost done. And that is going to be on Mighty Networks. It is for communities, for collaboration, for engagement. And that was this kind of sub-announcement is that, well, first I thought it was going to be on this platform called School, but it's just not going to work for what I need it to be, which is fine because I found Mighty Networks and it's even better for what I need and what I want, what I'm guided to do. So while Facebook was a tool for me to use over the last little over a year, and it served its purpose and all of that, there's within this paradigm shift, there's so much energy there, negative and positive and all these, so much going on there. It's such a huge platform with so much happening that it became more and more difficult for me to feel like sharing things over these last few months, posting things. If you've noticed over these last couple of weeks, about 3 weeks now, I have barely posted anything. And that's because, and I've left the groups that I was really active in, that aren't my own. And it's come through very, very clearly that there needs to be a dedicated space for people who really want to consume my content, my messages, be in my groups, be in our own little very, very sacred bubble. So feel very safe and secure in engaging and sharing with each other than it being on this platform like Facebook that, quite frankly, really doesn't support the kind of work that I do. There are people there. I'm going to continue to broadcast there, my podcast, and, put up, certain marketing things when it comes to what I'm doing. But as far as the community goes, what's going to be known as my open sacred space, which is going to basically be what my Facebook page was, my personal Facebook page, where I'm going to be sharing so much more than I ever did on Facebook. I'm super excited about that. And where people can come and engage and have a place where it's totally free to get that information from me and to see what I'm offering, what I'm guided to share and message and channel, and for people to have that community. And then within that space, we have my private groups. And so if you're in a group, that you would be in those spaces as well. In the next 24 to 48 hours, all of you who are in groups and beyond that are subscribed to me, that follow me, are going to be invited to join me in that public space and in those private spaces, if you're already a member. And if you join the Oracle group or any of those, you will be, instead of this Facebook group, you will be in the Mighty Networks group, which is all about community. It's all about people that are like-minded coming together and supporting each other through their journey. And that's such a big deal for me and what I'm meant to do with people. Yes, I love working with you all one-on-one, 100%. But this community thing, this soul family thing, is super duper important. And the only way we're really going to cultivate that to its full potential is to be in and on a platform that supports that sort of thing in every which way. And Mighty Networks really does that. So I'm super stoked to be partnered with Mighty Networks now and to introduce you all to that space coming up very, very soon. So there you go. We are going to be dealing with divine messages, transformation, healing work, and all sorts of good things. So I want to share this link in the chat so you can explore for yourself. I want you to take a look at this if you have not yet. But I really want to explain how this works. Let me see here. This just goes through the changing energies over these last few months and everything that's happening. I'm pretty sure. Okay, this goes into my Oracle decks. Do I not have? Okay, so down here, these are all the Oracle decks that we have here on the table right now. You can see. And then our weekly tribe gatherings. So weeks 1 and 2 we are the same. So we're going to connect with Oracle cards that I have pre-pulled, that I have shared with you in the Mighty Network space. And you have had 3 days to review both of these cards. So you get 2 cards. And the PDFs, and you have 3 days to review for yourself, to read, to, get your impressions, all that good stuff. And then by the time we get to our meeting on Wednesday, we're going to discuss those Oracle cards and what they mean. And then I'm going to review them and channel in any additional messages. And they're going to be very timely as we move through our months and all the stargates and all the whatever that's happening astrologically and moons and all this stuff. The first one specifically, as I've mentioned repeatedly, is the new moon in Libra, the solar eclipse on the 2nd of October. And we're going to be doing something really special for that day specifically, which will be on the new moon. So our spirit that day will be something very special for those in that group specifically. And I know that ahead of time because that's the first one, but that is kind of depending on what's going on and how, I'm not in charge of that. It's what I'm guided to do. Let me just make that clear. So anyhow, we have that kind of program for those 2 weeks. First 2 weeks of the month, I pre-pull cards. You see the cards of photos and pictures of the description of the book and the PDFs to fill out and to guide you through receiving the messages. Then we review in the meeting on Wednesday and we do a spirit walk. Okay, that's weeks 1 and 2. Week 3, week 3 is different. It's a live Oracle pull from one of the 5 decks, whichever one I'm guided to, and then a global spirit walk, global healing spirit walk for the collective, where instead of like us in the first 2 weeks, how we're probably going to be more self-centric with our energy work and our channeling and whatever's going on in those spirit walks in regards to the messages for those cards. We are going to be incorporating the energies of that live card pull and really directing our magic and our essence and our life force to help the collective awaken and heal and work with Gaia in that global sense. So global healing, the global focus. That's the word. The global focus, or the focus will be global and collective healing and energy and ascension, higher consciousness globally. Very different what we're doing in week 3 versus week 1 and 2. Okay, and then we have week 4, end of month reflection and soul integration. So week 4 is dedicated to really reviewing what we experienced in weeks 1, 2, and 3. Through the oracle, through the spirit walks, through the global healing. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have a Q&A. We're going to have the opportunity to go back and look at these cards, these 5 cards, 2 from week 1, 2 from week 2, and 1 from week 3, 5 cards for the month, and really dig in at the end of the month. What did we experience? How did these messages apply to us individually, for the collective, for the group, and all that good stuff, and really have a powwow as a tribe about what we're feeling there. And I can help answer questions that you have personally about these cards. And then further exploration can be had in the Space on Mighty Network, where we're talking about that more, whatever, you experience with each individual card, or after a spirit walk or week or whatever. So that's what you can expect through, or in the group from month to month. I want to go back up here and highlight what your plans are here. Low cost, easy, flexible pricing plans, monthly and weekly membership options. So you can join this tribe month to month for $111 per month, paid in 1 installment, or $29 weekly, if that helps you out. A 3-month commitment to the tribe is $99 per month, or $26 weekly. A 6-month commitment to the tribe is $88 per month and $23 weekly, or a 9-month commitment to the tribe is $77 per month, or $20 weekly. These 3, 6, and 9-month commitments cannot be canceled early. So you're getting that discount for committing and having the focus and the objective to be in this with us and to really grow with us in this tribe. Any other information you'll find on this page. If you're interested, you can always reach out to me as well about this tribe. Again, it starts on October 2nd. And I encourage you to think and think on it if this is the right thing, a right place for you to be, and reach out if you have any questions. Okay. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's stop screen share. Okay, you guys. So let's do another oracle card. I'm being guided to do one more at least. And again, I'm going to throw it out to you all. We already did 1 for 5, right? We already did this one. So let me throw it out one more time that we got that one. Whoever is here wants to play along. Throw out 1, 2, 3. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, or 4. What did I do? Oh. My rocks are falling. Aria, 4. Okay. Here we go. This is a Sacred Geometry deck. This is such a cool deck. Great pick, Aria. Great pick. That is like a rising. Okay, I will be done soon. This is a rising Phoenix. And this deck has so much going on. There's sacred geometry. There is frequency stuff. Let me see. Oh, look at that 3. There's a 396. And we have symbols like sound symbols. We have all sorts of cool stuff here. With this deck. It's not like any deck that I've ever seen before. And I've had it for a while. I really, really dig it. Let me grab the book. This is the book. And again, this is one of the decks we're going to be working with in the Oracle Tribe. Okay, so whoa. And you know what? This card just fell out and I am guided to take it. This is card number 0. See how cool? See how different these cards look from one to the other? It's called Awakening. Akashic Records, Conscious Evolution. Just popped right out. So there we go. And there's a lot going on here with this. We've got these beautiful blue whales. And I don't know if you could see in the very background. I'm pretty sure it'll say. So card 0 here. And these are separated into different sections with this deck. So there's like this section here, frequency cards, platonic solid cards, and then here we have the sacred what are these called? Oh, the master cards. There we go. Oh, no. The sacred card. Oh, this is the sacred card. Sorry. Got confused. That was really confusing. This card, actually, this awakening card is in a section all by itself called the sacred card. And it says here, the sacred card is the first of cards. It's like the master of all master cards, and it is called Awakening. So, Akashic Records, Conscious Evolution. The greatest teacher is my soul. I am awakening and experience my soul communicating with me now in all that I do. You are experiencing conscious evolution. You are vibrating at higher frequencies than ever before. You are awakening and attuning to your soul's calling as you walk your path in this physical lifetime. Time seems to move faster as these Time seems to move faster as these resonant shifts occur. Your conscious awareness of all life experiences increases and you receive new information from higher vibrational realms that require processing and assimilation. Pay strong attention to your dreams and to your waking moments as the universe is giving you messages. This may manifest as deja vu, repetitive or palindromic numbers. Those are numbers that are the same forward and backward. A feeling or thought, a smell, or even a touch. And sacred geometry. The truncated octahedron, oh, that's what it is. It's a octahedron all the way there. See that? The truncated octahedron is one of the Archimedean solids. This solid has 14 faces. 8 faces are regular hexagons and 6 are square. The hexagon relates to the heart, the heart, and the square to the earth. It is a representation of the earth heart and hence our connection to the all. Everything is connected through a multitude of vibrational frequencies as proposed by string theory and the quantum entanglement phenomenon, as well as the theory of the 100th monkey effect. Practical application. If the brain is the radio's receiver, then the heart is the dial tuning the radio to the frequency of your choice. Absolutely. This is why I started the very beginning of this live talking about being heart open and heart centered. Okay. To activate our light codes within our DNA, it is important, first and foremost, to come from a place of love. Cultivating this is, for most of us, a lifelong process along our journey. Open your heart and still your mind. Meditation, sound, and integrated healing, complementary therapies, crystals, herbs, healthful eating, and exercise all play a role in the inevitable vibrational shifts we are experiencing. It's never just one thing, ever. We need medicine in many, many ways. And that's why, like, when people work with me on my Evolve Now program, that's a one-on-one program, we hit all the different boxes completely, because there's so much that goes into each and every one of us and our experiences, our wounds, what we need to heal, that we need to see things and use so many different tools and medicines to help us. Okay. Journal your dreams, as our subconscious mind is a treasure trove of important information. As our frequency increases, our light codes are activated. As we become more consciously aware, our gifts and ancient knowledge stir and become increasingly apparent. The awakening process, once aroused, is a lifelong journey. It is what helps guide us through this lifetime as a soul experiencing this physical reality. Awakening is a sacred card. When this card is drawn, pull another card to place onto it. Whatever the card is that you draw is what is suggested that you focus on now. For example, if you draw the frequency card 963 with awakening, know your awakening process is being accelerated. Honor it and work with it. Don't try to control the course you are on. Work with this frequency by playing the respective tones, meditating or writing, or maybe you can search for a teacher to help you on your path. Bye. This may be one-on-one or within a workshop. It literally says this. Card numerology 4. Crystal suggestions: Larimar, Herkimer diamond, I can never say this right, apophyllite pyramids, and crystal quartz. Animal medicine: whale. Essence: whale, starlight, owl, wolf, and snake medicine essence. And what's really cool is at the back of this guidebook, she gets into all the different medicines. It's real. This is a truly shamanic deck. It's really powerful, very, very beautiful. You could tell so much work went into this deck. I absolutely love it. Aria says, this couldn't resonate more if it hit me on the third eye. I know. I know. It really is. It's really, as I'm reading this and looking at this and thinking, you know, Aria wanted this deck twice, and this is the card that comes out. Oh my God. I'm so glad that it resonates with you so much. And what we're going to do is follow the instructions of this card. Just pick another card and see what we're getting really amplified with this amazing awakening card. This sacred, beautiful card that it really means so much for so many of us right now. I know you resonate with it. Anybody else, please chime in if you resonate with this as well. This is a real up-leveling point for what we're doing. And especially for you, Aria, what you shared recently in our group about, or today or yesterday in your, in our Soul Quest group about your recent session. I will say, I want to, you know, speak out of turn here. Definitely resonating with this, right? Quite amazing. But there you go. That is the Oracle. It's just so like, wow. It's so wow. So anyway, without further ado, let's get the second card. Whoa, whoa. Pop goes weasel. You see that? Boo! Okay. Ah, look at this. More fours. Card 44 with this, what I'm going to guess is a raven. And it says protection, safeguard yourself. Okay, very interesting. Let's see card 44 here. Interesting. Safeguard yourself. I am protected from negative energy and ill harm. When the protection card shows itself, it is a reminder of the importance to safeguard yourself against unwanted energies in your life right now. It may also be a gentle reminder of the significance of protecting your energy on an everyday basis. There are many people around us whose vibration is lower than our own. Consciously or subconsciously, these people have built-in radars to seek you out. They are attracted to your frequency and want to have what you possess. They are like vampires that can drain your energy very quickly, not realizing what they are doing. Then there are those people who seek out healing and can't manage their own energy, so they seek out yours. Be mindful how you feel and listen to your intuition. Sacred geometry. The pentagram in this card is a magical symbol. It has been used to protect against evil and shield the user's home, or when worn, guard the user against negativity. The pentagram pertains to ether or spirit, and the double circle on the outer encases and protects all within. Let me show you one more time. If I can pick it up. The protection card is an excellent gridding template and will work well with Raven magic. Yes. I guess card 6 is specifically Raven magic to create a more powerful grid. So what's really cool about this deck too is that you can literally use these cards to do different things, grid work, charging water, put them on you and different things like this. So anyway, that's kind of what it's referring to here is you create a more powerful grid. So several of these descriptions will talk about using the cards in grid work. Okay, and practical application. There are many ways in which to protect yourself, but the best way is through intention and placing etheric grids around your physical and auric fields. Carrying crystals that are specific for protection is fabulous, as is creating grids in your home or office with intention. Card numerology, 9. That's interesting. Crystal suggestions: jet, black kyanite, black tourmaline, labradorite, bronzite. I will add to that with onyx, shugnite, black obsidian, black tourmaline. All the blacks are really good for protection, for really just creating a barrier so negative energy won't. She says, of course it's 44. I know. For creating a barrier of energy so negative energy cannot come through. Okay, so further reflection and what I'm picking up with this amazing card that's going with our awakening card. Let's remember these two came together, okay? So this card for awakening is amplifying the energies for protection. Hematite. Yes, hematite is fantastic. It's that metallic, silvery, really, really cool crystal. I actually have a quartz with hematite like wrapped up with each other. Oh, it's such a cool crystal. Okay, so what's coming through with this is okay, let's back up a little bit. Let's go back here with awakening. As we accelerate in our awakening, as we level up, as you've been doing, Arya, and so many of you have been doing, as I've been doing, as we all been doing in really, really big ways, especially most recently. Let's just talk about this year and where we are now versus where we started in January. And just take that into account. How much you've grown, how much you've evolved, how much you've healed, how much you've let go of, how much you've connected, how much more you're aware, how you have done this awakening, how you have bloomed, and how potent that energy is that you feel about your present and your future, about what's been coming through recently, about the shifts between feeling like, you know, you're floating in magic and everything is aligning just right, to being totally confused and overwhelmed and feeling like shit and feeling exhausted and feeling like your body is just being twisted from the inside out. You know, it can be a very physically challenging thing, this awakening business. A lot of people think it's like all like emotional and mental and spiritual, but it's very physical. We change physically. And it can be seen and it certainly can be felt. And we experience that through these big, big catapults and catalysts that take us, you know, like when we're going up the steps one by one, all nice and, you know, normal. And then we take like 4 steps at a time. That happens at least twice a year, maybe more in 2024. We've had several of these, or in the last year, since from September 23 to September 24. If you think about that cycle year as well. So not just the year of 2024 from January, but the year from September 23 to September 24, and what all of that has meant for you in your beingness, with your vibration, and what has come into, you know, oppose you, what has tried to, you know, get in the way, get you negative, get you disconnected, get you from, you know, being on track and really making yourself a priority, and how you fought to make yourself a priority. I'm talking to everybody, you know, just think about these things. Basically what I'm getting at, and let's get to the point here, is as you have these big leaps forward, and as you're like the more gung-ho you are for your spirituality and your awakening and your healing and your connection and your divine integration and your soul connection and your guides and your guardians and all this wooey hippy dippy upper level, upper world stuff, and the higher and the brighter that you're vibrating at, is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It also will get the attention of the dark side. And as you're like exploding with yourself energetically in and through and by and for the light and for yourself, there will be these negative energies and programs and things that are injected and people that are activated to come and disrupt us. It's a fucking thing. It's a thing we need to be aware of. Nobody gets through this without opposition. And everybody experiences their opposition in different ways because we're all very unique. And what we are running as fear programs and running as illusions and things that we have not we have not let go of, we have not cut cords, we have not healed from, is the very ammunition that will be used against us to slow us down, to distract us, to create chaos, to have us see things in a negative way, to be negative about ourselves and the world and our journey and blah, 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 blah. To be distracted, to be brought into drama and chaos, to go into and connect to things and to allow things to connect to us and to take from us that does not belong. It is extremely important to really think about this, everybody, as you move forward, to be as conscious as you can be with yourself when it comes to the spiritual war, negative forces and entities and parasites. And this doesn't mean like, oh, it's going to attach to me. Yes, that's only a problem if you really go negative, if you really start to go low, like really, if you really slide down vibrationally, once you get to a certain point with fear and programs and illusions and stress and anxiety and all this stuff, you are more and more susceptible to really intense infiltration of your consciousness. But what's even more apt to happen is that the people that are in, the world get activated to cause drama and chaos, and they will be basically sent like dark side warriors to trip us up in different ways. Our job is to see it for what it is, to understand, to truly awaken, to truly embody what we're meant to be as light bodies, as divine incarnates. Means to seriously level up. And to seriously level up means to be a major threat to the dark side. Because when we majorly level up, we connect with soul family, we collaborate and we co-create and we heal and we move forward together. As you can see, all the things that I've created for these things to happen. This is also why I've been greatly opposed, because that's a problem for the dark side. The dark side doesn't want us to come together, to join, to unite, to get healthy, to transmute, to any of these things. This is a problem for the dark side, and it's no joke. And let me just say for the record, how much I wish I didn't have to talk about the dark side and the spiritual war. I was just fantasizing about that today. Can I just not anymore talk about this shit? Pay attention to it at all? Can I just not? And the answer was unequivocally, no, you cannot not do that, because that's the reality. And and everybody needs to be hyper aware of that, more so than ever as we go forward. Not to be scared, but to be aware and empowered. So you're not being controlled and manipulated by the forces and the people and the bullshit around you. That you see things for what they are, and be very strategic about what you are allowing to come in and take part of your timelines on any level. Like the card says, there's energy vampires out there. They don't know what they're doing. It's like, oh, isn't that sweet? Sure, there's people who don't know what they're doing. But regardless of people's intent, when you are asleep, you are easily controlled and manipulated by the dark side. Whether you are parasitic or that's just the kind of the wave of energies that are going through to activate people, to trigger people in certain ways. And what they do is they will then seek out those of us who are ascending, who are effective and affecting other people, what I call the firecrackers that set off more firecrackers. The firecrackers are the problem for the dark side. And as we move forward, whether you're in my Oracle group or you do anything on your own, whatever the case is, it is extremely important. Again, not to do this to be afraid, but to do this to be aware, to understand more and more. Dark side shit is real. People are possessed. People will act in certain ways. It is up to me to decide how I maneuver around these things, these people, these situations, and work to either eliminate or to augment or to shift who and what you're connected to and what has privilege to your energy, to your consciousness, to your timelines. Again, going back to what I said about Facebook and what I said about Mighty Networks and how I've been guided over these last few months to less and less and less engage on Facebook and share less and less on Facebook too. Because it started to feel, for lack of a better way to put it, not exactly the safest place to share the most intimate stuff about what I'm doing and what I'm working and my day-to-day happenings. And it was a real conflict because it was like, I'm supposed to be engaging with my community and I want them to engage with me, but there feels like there's this like the peekaboo looky-loos that are just like hanging around with negative energy that is keeping this from becoming what it needs to be. This is the kind of thing that I'm talking about. I'm going to go back and see what Arya says. She says, I was recently journaling about it. Everyone thinks healing, awakening is all rainbows and unicorns, never mentioning that rainbows are vortices and unicorns have sharp horns. Oh my God, that is so funny. Oh my God, that's fantastic. Yeah, exactly. And I took it offline because I am in the middle of doing some updates, but my very popular, what is negative energy and what is psychic attack and how to eliminate negative energy, one of my most popular articles talks about that from the very beginning. That the whole idea that ascension, that healing, that spiritual awakening is just rainbows and unicorns and fluffy clouds and beautiful crystals and this great time of yoga and meditation and singing kumbaya around a fire is a dark side injected program to have us think that that's the way it should be. And when we experience very different things, to have us get tripped up by that and to have us be more controlled and manipulated by these things. So what's really interesting is the dark side infiltrates light side spaces to confuse what we ascension traps, to get us thinking and in chaos and in distraction about things that, even if it seems light-based, is not the truth. So we need to be very cognizant of that and very real about what happens as we're awakening. We're awakening for a purpose, to be effective, to be conscious as a light body in the physical form. Because no matter what we are on a soul-based level, there's only so much that an archangel or a dragon or ascended master or Gaia herself can affect this reality unless we're embodied. Period. And we only get to be embodied if we're born. So this whole like walk-in theory, that's not true. Souls just don't get to pop in and pop out of bodies. We have to go through the process of being born, going through infanthood and childhood and adolescence and adulthood. Hopefully sooner than later within that process, we awaken to what really going on, and we really understand what our purpose is here to do. We're warriors of the light incarnate. Do we think in a war we're not going to be opposed? We're not going to try to be stopped. We're not going to try to be destroyed. If you don't get with the program that you're going to actively be on the table for destruction, because that's what the dark side wants for each and every one of us, to destroy us. Those who know, those who are aware of the spiritual war and just what exactly is going on. They want to destroy us. They don't want us to wake up. And if we are awake, they want to shut us down. They want to twist us up. They want to put us back to sleep, which definitely can happen. And they don't want us to affect others to wake up. That is a problem for the dark side. So if we know that, then we can work accordingly, strategically, and be connected to our higher selves and our soul and our guidance, our guardian angels, and all that support us to help us maneuver through this reality as aware and as empowered, as courageous, as brave, as stubborn to not be stopped as possible. You're not alone. You've never been alone, and you're not alone through your spiritual awakening. You cannot be alone because none of us would make it if we were truly alone. We just wouldn't. It would be impossible. It's a battlefield. It's a minefield. It's crazy. It's war. It's war. It's war for our very consciousness. It's war for our energy. It's war for the collective of humanity to eventually, all of us as a collective, be sovereign and be united as one race, the human race, together, and not be twisted up to fight against ourselves. But while people are still possessed by dark side entities, and all they want is our negative energy, like what it says in this, it's about the negative. It's not just about your energy. It's about cultivating your negative energy. They don't want our positive, heart open, heart space, love energy. No, that's like poison to the dark side. That's the problem when we're all, heart open and connected to, the higher upper worlds, when we're like literally above all that bullshit and cannot be touched and affected because we know better, we see better, we feel better, we understand what's going on. That's when they get the people around us to try to come and get to us because we're already above it. But the people that are still asleep and still indoctrinated and still programmed and still in their fear-based matrix are easily manipulated, and they will come for us. And again, I'm not saying this to put anybody in fear. Please understand. It's about being aware and being strategic about how you react and respond to what's going on in your timeline on every level. And that's what this is talking about very specifically. As we move forward, as we ascend, as we heal, as we connect, as we activate with these light codes that give us our higher consciousness to go, oh, that was bullshit and that is true and this is what I need to do and that's connection and whatever those things are, and be guided the way that we're meant to be guided, to see clearly and not through the lens of fear and illusion and programming and trauma and all the other shit that we've been used to maneuvering with, and all the fear that comes with it that keeps us very limited and very confined and very low vibe. So obviously that's where they want to keep us. So it's extremely important to just know that this is going on, that this will continue to go on as we move forward on our path of ascension and evolution and healing, and especially as we are trying to come together. This is usually when things go flat, like I mentioned about the equinox and other things that I've done that is super high level. There will be this wave of negative energy that'll come and kind of wrap itself around, that'll kind of keep people away from that. But it doesn't matter because those energies were still brought into the collective, still aware of that on some level. And if we don't, like if people miss the bus on a Monday, the bus is going to come around on a Friday, let's say, you know what I mean? So the light never gives up. We just go, okay, well, then we shift things. We make things, we turn things into the best possible timeline for us of what we need to do to support ourselves as we move forward. We don't sit and stew and get all upset about what doesn't work out. That's what they want us to do. And like I said, like, yeah, in the beginning, I was like, oh yeah, I was kind of bummed and disappointed because I like a fun party. I like more the merrier and all this fun stuff on these special events that I'm guided to do. Of course, I'm going to be bummed I don't get to have a party. I'm human. But that doesn't mean I'm going to sit around and get all, upset and do it, because I know it's like, this is bigger than me. I got to play my part and stay positive and understand the bigger picture here. So as we move forward into our awakening, into our ascension, we need to be very, 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 very diligent about how we see our reality and what is negative and what is positive, what is control, what is manipulation, what we're allowing to cycle through us, how it creates distraction and drama and chaos that takes us away or down in our vibration, because that's the game. Period. Okay, let's see what we got here. Sandy, if you're still here, I'm not doing individual readings right now. You asked for reading, but I'm not doing individual readings right now. Danae says absolutely 100%. Nathan, hi Nathan. Nathan says how to deal with an energy attack. Okay. Well, it really depends on what's going on. Is the bus still making stop readings tonight? No, I'm not. Yeah, sorry. Not doing readings. These are not individual readings. Yeah, they're collective readings. And Nathan, how to deal with an energy attack. That really depends on the nature of what you're dealing with. It's really hard just to give a blanket statement to that, because there are so many different things that you can do. But if you know that you are under psychic attack from somebody that is actively, throwing negative energy at you, you're in a dispute, those types of things, the best thing to do is to separate yourself from that person and do cord cutting. And my Unstoppable Empath group is all about that. I think you and I have exchanged information on that before. So that would be definitely something. We talked about crystals, but they can only do so much. You really got to understand where this is coming from. Also, energy healing, different, like my rainbow light energy healing offering will help to identify if you have parasites that are affecting you. They will, that session will also help you dump a lot of negative energy that's just been accumulated. And it will also, it's an infusion of rainbow light that helps to regulate all the systems, just naturally making you stronger psychically, spiritually, energetically, all that stuff. So, and really the diagnosis is of what exactly is going on. Because a lot of people come to me, they really think they know, they think that some people think they're under psychic attack, and they're actually not. They're in a ascension process that they're confused about. They're picking up on entities that they're associating with negative. You know how many times I've had people think that they're guardian angels with some nefarious entity? Many. Because they feel this presence when bad shit is going on. So they associate, oh, there's some entity that's attacking me because when these bad things are going on, when it's really your guardian angel that's coming in to help you and protect you and give you guidance when bad things are going on. So the real true diagnosis of what exactly is happening is very important. If you are not totally clear on that. So there's different ways to, it's not just one way to answer this question, unfortunately. It really depends on what exactly is happening as far as psychic attack and energy, or negative energy attack, or dark side attack. But generally speaking, it will be obvious when somebody is trying to change your energy. But it can also be, again, psychic, energetic. So things can happen, be kind of sent to you psychically or energetically, that are invisible, that you're, not aware of too. So again, it can be very complicated, confusing, ambiguous when it comes to what people are attributing psychic or negative attack, because it's not always clear cut. Sometimes it's not always just one thing either. So that can be a little confusing. And I will be updating that article and just letting people republishing it. I think I'm also going to package it as an ebook and because there's a lot of really, really good information there about the different types of psychic attack and the different things that you can do about psychic attack as well. So hopefully that answered your question at least a bit. Okay. So I am guided to leave it at that for now, because we have been here, how long? 2 hours and 15 minutes. That's a long live. I want to thank everybody for being here. Again, the Luminous Oracle Tribe starts on Wednesday, the 2nd of October, our new moon. It's going to be a very special day for those who are part of that. Again, you can sign up with weekly or monthly payments, monthly or up to 9 months commitment. It can be as low as $20 a month, or sorry, $20 a week or $70 a month. And more the merrier. I'm super excited about this group, and whoever's meant to be there, just kick it off. But you can join us at any time, of course. Denise says, thank you. Have an amazing night. You too, love. You too. Thank you for everybody for being here. I really appreciate you rolling with me starting late and the technical issues and everything. This being such a last minute live about the equinox recap and about my amazing Luminous Oracle Tribe that's starting already next week. And as always, reach out if you're guided to. Be sure to subscribe to my website if you're not already. Aria says, thank you. See you next week. You're welcome. Good night, everyone. Be sure to subscribe to my website from that same link at the bottom of every page, because you will be put on my mailing list to know what's going on, everything that's happening as we move forward. And when Mighty Networks is ready for everybody to join me there. And I'm so excited for the future, you guys, and everything that's coming through the rest of 2024 and into 2025. And stoked that you're there with me. Okay, guys, have a wonderful rest of your night. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Goodbye for now. See you later, alligators. And I love you.